Welcome to part 42 of Grand Theft Auto 5, and in this episode we're going to try to fulfill that wish list we stole for Devin Weston back in part 40. And in order to do that, we need about 3 cars from that wish list out of 5. By the way, this wish list spanned between 4 missions. And we're not getting paid for it, spoiler alert. Because Devin Weston's a prick.
What's going on?
You're gonna dress up as traffic cops, and you're gonna rob 2 trust fund kids that I know and dislike intensely.
Why?
We can get a good price for the vehicles in Asia. Look, complete the work, you'll all be well paid.
You're late, sugar tits.
Yep. So what's going on?
You finally get to realize your childhood dream and dress up as a cop.
Mr. Weston's research team suggests the 2 boys like to ride on the Sonora Freeway.
Sounds manageable.
Hey, you 2 get going.
Ooh, let's go, T.
Dog, I don't know if this shit is for me, homie. My life's already way the fuck out of control.
All right, look. I'm a Darwinist, brother, all right? Some prosper and some struggle. Now, are you out of your goddamn mind? This is your lucky break. Choose. Now, are you gonna do this, or have you simply found your level in life?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I'll guess we will, homie.
In case it isn't obvious enough, ladies and gentlemen, that guy is a goddamn prick. Anyway, we're going to drive off into this car that's been given to us, and we're going to try to provoke a street race with those 2 trust fund brats. Word of warning, while Franklin can actually damage this car, no problem at all, it's the other 2 cars that cannot be damaged. Otherwise, well, there goes 100%. And no, you can't take those things to a pay and spray. The game will actually acknowledge you damaged the cars. Which, by the way, will also be in the, I do believe, dialogue that could damage the cars. Not only that, even if you want to take it to a pay and spray to fix the damages like you would normally do in any other Grand Theft Auto game, eventually you will not be able to do that. So on that note, I will be taking Franklin's car, find these little brats on the street, and show them some Fast and Furious action. However, it can be rather difficult to not have a scratch on the cars, so I'll probably scratch up the car anyway. So I just want to point that out to every last one of you before it gets out of control. And it will.
Hey, Frank.
Don't worry,
Hey,
it won't be like
dudes,
I
man. You
lose
guys
these
comfortable
guys,
on your
because
Yeah, I guess.
it
We
is
look pretty
a very
ridiculous.
generous rubber band that we
Alright,
can
man,
actually
look, I see you soon.
keep
Yeah.
up with the guys.
We'll pick you up coming through Grapeseed. Get the drivers
Now,
there. Get them going at speed.
I am kind of experiencing some sort of slowdown in the post-record. It's going to be a little bit faster, I promise you. I will say this. Trying to race these guys without losing them can be hard. And do you want to know why? Because these little bastards have faster, souped-up cars than what I do.
Hey, how about we see which one of you 2 is for real? So get in your cars and let's see if they move as fast as your mouth.
Ooh, the fool wants to race us.
We were just getting out of here anyway.
All right.
The whole gist of this race is to not completely pass them up, but you're supposed to lure them into a speed trap where Michael and Trevor, who are dressed up as cops, will be waiting so they can take the car and bring it back to Devin Weston. Now, Zone is going to be your friend. You're going to be traveling at high speed, so you will replenish it. However, be careful, cause pop-in traffic is going to be your biggest enemy. That and these 2 little shits reckless driving. See, I almost ended up rear-ending that kid. If I would have done that, I would have failed the mission, which unfortunately I'll end up doing anyway because if Michael or Trevor eventually scratches up the car, which they will, it's gonna be a mission. Well, not the mission, but rather the objective. And I did mention earlier that you can't take to a... Oh! Damn, to be in my way. It's Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 all over again. But as I was saying, you can't take the cars to a pay-and spray if they get wrecked. Now, if you manage to beat them and you lure them into the speed trap, that's all good, because at least you won't have to worry about wrecking them. But the whole point is to stay on their tail, so that way you'll be able to get a, I would say, bird's eye view of where they're going to be, so you can inform Michael and Trevor to try to pursue them and take their car. Now, we don't want to wreck into them. Unfortunately, those little brats will end up trying to sideswipe you when you actually get up close to them. That's why I like to stay behind them. I don't know if you're supposed to beat them as a requirement, but honestly, the way to play it safe, and if you want to get 100%, one of the things you have to do is not get a scratch on the car. I do make a mistake later on in this mission, but eventually, I do actually beat it, at least.
Hey, we coming up now, man. Beat it in a few seconds.
Got it. Whatever. Here they come.
Well, I'll tell you about that later.
For chips to go after the racers. Yeah, this will not be another Fast and Furious. But there was the mistake that I made in this part that kind of robbed me of the mission. You see, there is going to be a certain point that we goes into a tunnel and follows one of the racers. A chief. So for the rest of the race, you're supposed to keep up with them. Which, by the way, that will not happen because both keep up with each other. However, you are supposed to follow Trevor into the underpass. Now, after that, all you're doing is just keeping these racers and hopefully not crashing yourself up because they are motorcycle deaths. They will actually make you, you know, fuck the bike, and even if you land on the ground and there's a chance that you may survive, it'll still kill you. What the hell, game?
Stay on them, T. They'll stop eventually.
But that's why I'm saying you gotta be careful with your motorcycle, because any high-speed impact can kill you instantly in this game, and it's real stupid. I really hope they fix that in Grand Theft Auto 6. I really do. And also that
our patience will be rewarded. Stay with them.
sudden stop that cuts to the wasted screen. I mean, it may be meme-worthy, but it can get annoying because there are some times that people can actually get up, and more importantly, they want to see, well, if their character can actually survive, but more importantly, they want to see their character actually sprawled out the ground and dead like in the original Grand Theft Auto games. Save for Grand Theft Auto 4. Because that's where it started. And hopefully 6 ends that sort of thing. But knowing Rockstar, they'll just try to reuse assets. Hopefully not. Whatever the case, I'm getting on point here. You just want to try to swerve in and out of traffic to avoid being hit by cars. Thankfully, the sirens will make the traffic pull over so that you have a clear road to pull over these racers. And I think we're about to pull them over right now. All we just have to do is keep up with them until we get to the bridge. Thankfully, we're here, so both of them can pull over finally.
They're pulling over! Whoa, hey, stay in the car there, homeboy. I'll deal with you later.
Yeah, fuck you too.
You know how fast you were going?
Gee, I don't know, officer. I, try to keep it under the limit.
Well, you and your boys look like you were drag racing from where we were sitting there, so, why don't you get yourself out of the car? Come on.
Officer,
Officer,
Is this entirely
Yes,
necessary?
it is. Get on. Come on. Hands on the car. Let's go. Come on.
Get out of the fucking car!
Hey!
Hey, hey, hey.
Doing?
Fucking car.
All right, we got to make sure.
Get out of the fucking car, you pint-sized prick!
You little shit. Get the fuck out of here. Go on.
And I'm going to be racing as Trevor. Doesn't matter who you race as. If you switch between Michael or... actually, I'm racing as Michael. No, never mind. If you switch between Michael, Trevor, or
Just don't scratch the
Franklin, doesn't matter who win the race. But Franklin will have a hard time using Franklin. Because Trevor and Michael has these extremely fast cars.
the lady from before.
And these cars has
Devin's
absolutely
assistant.
no
Good to
handling.
be working with.
This is what I mean
It's
by
Molly
Michael and
Schultz,
Trevor could
Senior
screw
Vice
you over
President
out of
General
the
Counsel
not
to
a
Mr.
scratch
Weston's holding company.
requirement
And
for
if you think it's
100%.
good to be working with common thieves, well,
Because
you're very
these cars
mistaken.
have no
Have you got
handling.
the cars?
Michael and Trevor
Wow.
do not
Oh,
have the
that's-
zone like Frank. Unfortunately,
Bring them to Hayes Auto on
they're
Little
more than
Bighorn
likely
in
going
South
to
Los
crash
Angeles.
more than
Mr.
Franklin
Weston
will.
and I will meet you there.
And we just got
Just
Molly's
spoke to Devin's
number.
man-woman lawyer
on,
person.
uh,
I'll be waiting at Hayes
Molly
Auto in
is
South
going to
LS
be
for you idiots
a
to show
pain.
up.
An absolute pain later on. I will say this though. He's an unlikable douche. He's more of an effective villain. The only thing Dimitri has going for him is betrayals. Devin Weston already is a douche starting off. Oh God, no, no!
The car got away
Man.
from me.
I just
Hey,
slipped
Frank.
into traffic and I think I may have hit something.
These cars.
Did I not
This
just
is an
say that?
opportunity.
And sorry that I actually belched. I just got finished eating Chinese. Sorry about that.
Come on.
Did I not just get finished saying that this car has absolutely no handling? I tried to actually, like cruise, and the car just, like, sharp turn, or I'm pretty sure PIT or whatever, it just lost control. That's what it is. And fishtailed in the middle of the road and almost caused me to get hit. Now, if this car takes too much damage, you will fail the mission. As with the other car.
Hey, look. Devin Weston. He ain't like
Point
anyone
is,
you worked
you
for
gotta
before.
bring it back. At least manageable. So, with that said,
You must know who this guy is.
I'm
Look
just
him up.
going
He's the
to
real deal.
not
I've seen
keep
his
crashing
house.
into
He can make
pylons,
things
because
happen.
that'll damage the car. And hopefully we'll drive back to the intended spot for the car.
Yeah, maybe.
Molly informed us
Something
there's
like
a
that.
lockup somewhere, and that's where we're going. The fact that we're actually doing these missions for Devin, we think that we're going to get rich, but Devin is a cheapskate. And remember that whole thing I told you about Glenn Scoville and how he ended up taking the fall for deposits made by Merriweather?
What do you mean? Like,
Devin was the
how
one
am I
who
gonna
made those
beat your
deposits.
ass in this race?
On top of the
Don't
fact
worry,
that Devin
I'm
sees the
taking
company
care of
from
that.
Dawn. So in other words, yeah, you find out that Devin's a not likable
Hey,
guy
I'm
when
just
we
trying
do
to
the bail
what's best
bond
for
missions.
Frank. You know, help him make the best of the chance.
More importantly, you also find out that Devin is someone that you should not
She's a
trust.
professional woman who's doing a job.
If there's
We'll
one
leave it
thing
at
Devin
that.
loves in the entirety of the world is eminent domain. Whether it's stealing cars legally or legally with air quotes, because we're technically I just damaged the car. See what I mean by not having enough control? It fishtailed right into the barrier. I didn't mean to do that. Had I ruined the car? Crap.
Good to see you taking this seriously, Frank. Good management.
Anyway, what I was saying was, it was eminent domain. Even though we're illegally stealing cars, he actually writing the cars onto his books and owners. So technically speaking, he could sell the cars and get triple the money back. Or if he later on tries to seize property, which he more than likely will. In other words, Devin is a sleazy businessman. And what's worse, he's a yogi. Wait till we get to that part. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done here.
Gentlemen, I love you all. Oh, God, this is going to be fantastic. 1 kid and 2 old creeps. Who the fuck would have thought it?
Gentlemen, move the vehicles.
Hey, gimme 5, 5, and 5. Oh, hey, chest kiss, homie. Boom!
Dawg, come on, man. You got the fucking paper?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Look, you finish the job, you get the paper. But the order was for 5 cars. If I'm not mistaken, that's only 2.
Just give me the fucking money now!
Oh, I'm so scared. I really, really am. But you know what? I'm a payment on completion of work type of guy. You don't like the job? Take a fucking walk.
Like, come on, man. Hold on. So what's next, man?
Well, it's the Z-type. Chad Mulligan.
Lay it on him, kid.
Mulligan's a record producer. He's going through a messy divorce. He's hiding his valuable assets, including the car, so that makes it complicated. He'll clock any ground surveillance we run. All we've got to go on is that the car's in a lockup in Howick.
So we just go house to house?
Not quite. We have access to an LSPD helicopter. The computer on board can ID pedestrians from a chip in their driver's license. Find Mulligan in Howick, follow him to the lockup, someone on the ground collects the car.
All right, so who does what?
You're not needed for this job. Phillips, you're in the chopper. Clinton, you're on the ground.
Yeah, I don't understand the deal between you two.
Yeah, well, I don't understand the deal between you two either. But you know what? Life is just one long mystery. Bye-bye, gentlemen, and stay spiritual. Oh, and Michael, I'll be in touch about your friend, Solomon.
All right, good.
I kinda fucked up, but hey, for the most part, at least we got 5 out of 2 done. Fantastic. Well, with that said, we're done here with Devin Weston's missions. For now. I do believe we've got more things in store for Grand Theft Auto, so stick around. This is RVman985. See you guys in part 43.